Hello there, my fellow Be Kind. How's it going? My name is Waddles, and welcome to a brand new, absolutely buzzworthy, finally, Snapshot. Today, the 19W41A Snapshot released. This snapshot brings two brand new blocks to the game and a few other interesting changes. You can actually see one peeking out from the background definitely right now. And bees have officially made it to Bedrock Edition as well. This is huge. Today's snapshot showcase is going to be a little bit different. We're going to look at the 19W41A snapshot, talk about the new blocks, and then we'll actually slide over to the Bedrock Edition and talk about some of that stuff later on in the video. If you're a Bedrock player looking for that Bedrock segment, timestamp down in the description. With all of that though, like, subscribe if you enjoy, and let's take a look at what's new. By the way, I'm sick. If I sound different, yep, that's it. But the 19W41A snapshot brings the Honeycomb block, the block that was kind of leaked at minecon, into the game, and the Honey block, the block that was actually shown off at minecon. These are the two blocks, and I've got to say, first and foremost, Java did an amazing job on both of these textures. Both of these blocks look really, really good. Now, as you can kind of expect, both of these blocks are bee-related blocks. If you're looking to get your hands on these things, at least in survival, you'll need to plan on setting up either some sort of bee farm or go around and harvest all the bee nests in your world, because you need the bee items to craft these things. Let's start off with the brand new Honeycomb block. The Honeycomb block is crafted with 4 honeycomb in a crafting table or in your inventory, just like that. 4 honeycomb will turn into a single honeycomb block. Now, honeycomb blocks actually don't have a single use or interesting property at all. They're literally just a block that looks cool. This is a decorational block. In terms of some of the other yellow blocks that we currently have in Minecraft, here you go. This is how the honeycomb kind of holds up against them. The texture is very, very similar to glowstone and even cobblestone and endstone, and the color is both darker than the darkest yellow block and lighter than the lightest yellow block. I think this block is going to work amazingly for decorating. This could pair really, really well with the terracotta blocks, with the wood blocks, even with stone, because it's such a nice color of yellow, and this would make a really cool looking floor too because of the pattern. Interesting placing noise, by the way. You can kind of hear it. It sounds like slime blocks. I don't know. It's really quiet. Maybe you can't hear it, but yeah, this would make a really, really cool floor, I think. You move normal on it. You jump normal on it. Everything is normal about the honeycomb block. But everything is definitely not normal about the honey block. The honey block is one of the most interesting blocks in Minecraft. I'm calling it now. There's a lot of really interesting properties about it. Now, if you're trying to craft one of these, you will need 4 honey bottles. The 4 honey bottles go in a crafting table in a 2x2 area or in your inventory, and then boom, you have a honey block and 4 empty glass bottles. Now, this honey block is, like I said, insanely interesting. We'll flip over to survival here and try and jump on this block, and notice that we can barely jump like a single, even half block. It's pretty embarrassing. When falling onto a honey block, you will take actually a little bit less damage than normal as well, but unlike the slime block, there will be no bounce back. You see, we don't bounce at all. We just hit the honey block and have our damage absorb just a little bit. Honey blocks behave really interestingly with entities. An entity is something like me, something like a cow, just a thing in the world. The best way to show this off is definitely by example. Here we are standing on a stone block next to a piston. We power that piston and we don't move. We're still standing in the same spot. But if we stand on the honey block and then power this piston, we are moved along with the honey block. That's right, the honey block acts as glue for entities as well, actually, as other blocks here. As you can see here, this honey block is moving the wool just like that. Now, the honey block can move this many blocks in total at a time, but if we add another block to this mixture, the honey block can no longer do it. That is just not strong enough. Honey blocks can also move slime blocks, and slime blocks can also move honey blocks. I've got to say, this is the one area where I'm a little bit bummed about the honey block. I was hoping that slime blocks and honey blocks would just not work together. I thought that would have been cool because they're both like slippery, so maybe they're just sliding off of each other, but unfortunately, that's not the case here. The honey block and the slime block are kind of similar, at least when it comes to moving blocks around. Now, over here is what I would call, unfortunately, a cow torture chamber, because mobs don't actually like to move across honey blocks. It's just way too sticky for them. So I spawned the cow in on the red platform, and it's been like, I don't know, like 15 minutes, and the cow has not even once, made it over to the green platform. The cow kind of wanders onto the honey blocks, but doesn't actually go all the way across. So you can use honey blocks to move mobs, but you can also use honey blocks to prevent mobs from moving, at least in a sense. But the really cool thing about the honey block is this right here. So you can see this dangerous bit of lava, very scary, and now you can see me gliding right over it alongside a wall attached to honey blocks. This is crazy. Like, this is just really cool. I already know the parkour maps that I am not going to try are going to be crazy with the honey block. I'm sorry, I'm just bad at parkour, but you can also slide down walls with the honey block and take kind of a fail there, but you will take less damage because you're sliding along the wall just like that. Pretty crazy. Now there's no way to slide up the wall, and all you have to do is literally hit the wall. I'm not crouching or anything. I'm touching the wall, and I'm actually sliding down it. This reminds me of like Mario or something. This is so cool. And again, the parkour maps are going to get really crazy at this point, because imagine having some kind of gap area where there's pistons turning on and off, and the player is like crouching alongside a honey block here, and yeah, it's that is just crazy. And in case you still aren't impressed, would you take a look at this? I am not even crouching, and I am standing clean over lava on absolutely nothing. There's no trick here. There's no like barrier blocks. If I move over, I'm going to burn. Yep. So yeah, no cheats here at all. These are open blocks. This is crazy. This is really cool. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty excited about this, but let's see if we can get this done. It's a little tricky to slide down, like attached to the wall, but I think with a little bit of practice, I am going to nail it, and I will be better at sliding down walls than I am at flying elytra, which is really sad, actually. That's actually really sad. So the honeycomb block, beautiful. The honey block, amazing. That's basically everything in short that we've gone over so far. Both of the blocks are really cool, and it's going to be very fun to play around with these things in survival. Now, some other things. Look at this iron golem. This iron golem is a sad boy because it is all cracked up. So now, as of this snapshot, iron golems will kind of visually show their damage that they've taken. This golem is pretty cracked because I definitely haven't been hitting it, but on the bright side of things, you can also repair iron golems with iron ingots now. So if we're in survival, we can hand this ingot over to the golem, and it's just a little bit more fixed. Now, to be clear, when I say hand, you are clicking on the golem, you're using the ingot on the golem. This will take away 1 ingot from your inventory each time you heal it. Now, I definitely can't hit this golem in survival, so here you go. If I hit the golem a couple times, it starts to crack. I think this is a really cool way to show the iron golem's health, and I love this change. Oh, sorry. And then finally, a few other changes in today's snapshot. The first one is actually a really neat one. There is a brand new spectate command. With this command, players can spectate either an entity or another player, which is really cool. Next up, the effect clear command now defaults to @s if no target is actually given. And then finally, we have the addition of a copy to clipboard action non-click events. And at this point, I feel like it's pretty much a given, but there have been plenty of bug fixes in this snapshot as well. One of the bugs that I'm really happy about being fixed this week is the wolf not teleporting in water. You know when you have a dog and you're going sailing and then it goes in the water and then it can't teleport to you? Well, that has been fixed. Now dogs will hopefully, at least if they're meant to, stick with the player a little bit better. But I think that just about does it for our Java segment, so let's go ahead and slide over to Bedrock just for a few things to show off I'm not going to make a B pun. We're just going to go over to Bedrock right now. So, would you take a look at this? We have the exact same blocks, but over on Bedrock Edition. Now, the honey block does actually look a little bit different. Looks a lot more like a slime block on Bedrock, and bees have actually been added to Bedrock Edition as well. This is all in the Bedrock Beta 1.14.0.1. Everything in terms of the bees, the honey blocks, the honeycomb blocks, the bee nests, the beehives, like all of this bee stuff is the exact same over here on Bedrock Edition. No different changes, same crafting recipes, same everything. If you're a Bedrock player and you've been missing out on all of this stuff, you haven't been paying attention to it because it's been Java stuff, I definitely recommend this video right now. There's a card on screen, check it out. In this video, I summed up everything that was in the bee update and how all of the bee stuff worked so far as of Monday. So there's some new stuff now, missing these 2 brand new honey blocks, but the bees are completely broken down and all of the mechanics are explained really plain and clear. And this is actually the first Bedrock 1.14 beta, which means, hopefully, fingers crossed, that Bedrock 1.13 should be coming soon. As a refresher, Bedrock 1.13 is the Bedrock version with foxes. Yes, foxes maybe will finally be on Bedrock, hopefully, and that whole brand new skin creator system, all of that stuff should be in 1.13 as well. Whenever that update does end up releasing, I will definitely do an update coverage video on that, so just keep your eyes out. I think that's all we had to actually do over here on Bedrock Edition. Everything is the same, so yeah, if you skipped the Java part, you should rewind now. Sorry about that. How could I do it? How could I forget this massive one? On Java Edition, there is a brand new title screen, some probably brand new little text here, and wow, the bee update, the excitement, the hype is, at least for me, real at this point. Look at this bee. That's awesome. This is really cool. And so that is actually just about it for today's bee update snapshot. Again, the 19W41A snapshot and a small taste of the beta 1.14.0.1 on Bedrock Edition. Both of these things are out now, so no matter your platform, you can experience the stuff live in amazing first-personness if you'd like to. Are you as excited for the honey block as I am? What are you going to build with the honey block? And hey, the cow actually made it to the green platform. I guess everybody wins today. This is amazing. But thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, please, and leave a like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and go have a good day. I'd like to send a special thank you to my patron, Jake Infinite, today. If you're interested in video dedications, you can find my Patreon down in the description. Goodbye, my gamer friends. No bee pun. Insert 0 bee pun here.